Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to talk about this first. Ludwig on his second channel made this video called Insane Day on TikTok, and I thought this was not a great video. I thought it was a pretty bad video, to be honest with you. In this video, he discusses this trend on TikTok where Gen Zers mostly are making videos sympathizing with Osama bin Laden. I don't know if you've seen this, but it's a very strange and bizarre trend that I've seen. I've seen it on Twitter. I've seen like news articles written about it, but there's these videos on TikTok of these people being like, oh, I read Osama bin Laden's letter to America before, obviously, you know, the terrorist attacks happened, and they're like, but I read it in 2023, and now I realize, like, he's a misunderstood person. Bro, what? They're literally saying that Osama bin Laden's like an emo kid. He's like, oh, no one gets me. Society doesn't understand me. They're treating him like he's like a little emo girl or something. It's so bizarre, and yeah, I've been seeing this on TikTok and whatever. So Ludwig made a video talking about the situation, but instead of actually calling out these people that are sympathizing with the terrorist, he goes on to say that it's not that big a deal because the amount of people that are making these videos isn't that much. And then in the same video, he later goes on to complain about America. It was pretty weird, I feel like. I don't know. But we're gonna take a look.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. I wake up every day and I expect happy, goofy, funny story on my timeline when I'm checking my social media. But instead I get bad, crazy stuff. I feel like I'm the only one seeing it too. Everyone else is just replying it to it like it's normal. This is what I woke up to today. TikTok's Osama bin Laden fiasco.
So he thinks it's crazy that people are talking about this happening rather than the people who are actually posting the videos. He thinks it's crazy that everyone's talking about this trend rather than like the actual people that are doing the trend are the crazy ones, you know? He's like, well, why is everyone talking about this?
That shouldn't even be a sentence. Those are two different timelines. Osama bin Laden was not alive when TikTok was made. It's like reading the timeline that says Socrates Fortnite meltdown. Then there's follow-up articles. Some young Americans on TikTok say they sympathize with Osama bin Laden. Okay, some young Americans, it's vague. And then there's a huge escalation from time why Osama bin Laden's letter to America went viral on TikTok. Is this true? Is this letter to America going viral on TikTok? Is it because young teens are sympathizing with Osama?
So he spends like 3 minutes in the video basically downplaying how viral this actually is, like the trend of people sympathizing and making videos saying they understand Osama bin Laden's POV. He spends more time in this video like downplaying the quantity of people posting these videos rather than actually saying like, yeah, although the amount of people making these videos is low, what they're saying is like disgusting, like the sympathy they're showing for like a literal terrorist is good. But he's not doing that. He's like, well, it's barely happening, guys. Like, just turn your head away. Don't look at these people. Ignore them. They're a negligible amount of people. But at this point in time, I feel like that's a weird take to have. Like, why not just condemn them? Like, let's say only 20 people made videos saying Osama bin Laden rocks, right? Let's say those videos have a total of 5 million views. That's like a drop in the ocean when it comes to, you know, TikTok views. But then all these other articles who are covering it, they're blowing it up even further. At the end of the day, why complain about the articles talking about the bad thing rather than like the actual bad thing? Like, complain about the bad thing itself.
Posted it and then they removed it because people were reading it out of context, apparently is what they said, which I think has just reinforced people to believe some sort of conspiracy that this is some deep web state thing that they're trying to hide. I don't know why the Guardian did that, okay?
Why does Ludwig do that? Why does he, like, dude, I heard you just fine. Like, you don't gotta get closer to me and, like, whisper in my ear. Like, okay, got it. All right, bro. Personal space. You're in my bubble, but dude.
Trying to hide. Oh, look at that. I found it's back again. All right? And I read through it, and I thought to myself, okay, this basically sums up to, American imperialism exists and is a problem and has some nasty repercussions, which you could also find out about here on Wikipedia. There's a big bulky ass page. It's big. We do a lot of imperializing over here in the States.
Like, look at this. He spends more time basically agreeing with what Osama wrote in this thing than actually, like, condemning him. He's like, oh, yeah, well, American imperialism is bad. Look at this. We do so much of it, whatever. And it's like, dude, okay, sure, right? Like, you can make that point, but I feel like that's a point that needs to be made not off the back of reading Osama bin Laden's letter to America, you know?
Military bases cost $100 billion a year around the world. Yeah, they go a little crazy. Yeah,
I feel like Osama goes crazier, though. Yeah, I mean, maybe not. I don't know if you want to, like, look at, like, the whole history of the United States. Obviously, you know, we probably have more blood on our hands than he does individually, but I mean, come on, he's a terrorist.
Because of Osama bin Laden's letter, they could have just found it out through the many various ways we learn about things in life. But that's not what I'm seeing. I'm seeing shit like this. Man, sympathizing with the Saudi trust fund billionaire turned terrorist is quite f***ed up to see. It is f***ed up, but barely anyone's doing it.
Okay, like, that's such a weird obfuscation, like a weird dodge. It is f***ed up, but it's barely happening, bro. It's like, it is up. That's like, why caveat that? It's very up, and I agree that tweet that Mudahar wrote is correct and hits the nail on the head, but it's barely happening. Well, it's like, even if it is barely happening, I don't know, is that necessary to say? Do you have to include that in your condemnation of this trend? There's barely anyone in the KKK, but I would say the KKK is horrible. I would never say, dude, there's like 2 people in the KKK, who cares? You know what I mean? I'd be like, oh no, like, yeah, the KKK is bad, for sure. I don't know why he's doing that.
Over the past 24 hours, thousands of TikTokers, at least, have been posting where people share how they just read Bin Laden's famous letter to America, in which he explained why he attacked the United States. Thousands! This is 33 million views. It's just a headline. It also doesn't seem to be true based off the reporting that I've seen. Now, we're going to tackle the first question, which is like the contents of the letter. And it's basically what I said it was. It's just people finding out about imperialism. Some people, I feel like most people should know about it, right? Global South has been kept impoverished by the global North for a century now.
That has like nothing to do with the Middle East. like what does that have to do with I mean, I don't know if I can say the event without getting demonetized, but what does that actually have to do with Osama bin Laden? Like literally nothing. The Middle East, it's like a different part of the map. It's like he thinks Osama bin Laden like was behaving the way he was because the global South has enslaved the global North or whatever. Or I'm sorry, vice versa. It's like, no, that actually has nothing to do with why he's a terrorist.
Foods are cool. Thanks, Hitler. Because that's what that is.
What? What does Hitler have to do with anything? What are you talking about?
Hitler's roads. But we don't do that.
All right, relax, dude. Seriously. Scaring everybody.
Straight to Hitler.
What? Whoa. Y'all catch
Public
that?
transport.
Wait. What was...
Straight to Hitler.
No, I'm kidding. I know what he just, you know, bad timing.
Same thing with American imperialism. You don't have to go straight to Osama. There's a lot of better resources of people who didn't kill 3,000 people through a terrorist attack.
So he's saying you can complain about America, but you shouldn't be complaining about America. Yeah, there's better ways to complain about America than Osama's letter. That may have been the first decent take he's given in this. I don't know if you should be arriving at the same conclusions of America as like a terrorist, you know? Like that's probably not good.
Now, I tried to individually look this up on TikTok, but TikTok has removed the phrase. If you look up letter to America, it's gone. Community guidelines violated. TikTok replied to this. They said, hey, this didn't go viral, all right? This is not some Chinese psyop of us trying to implant the idea into Americans' heads. We've removed it. There was a few people doing it.
I think it proves the opposite point, actually. If they had to remove it, that means the content was popping up. That's not how that works. It's like for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. For every drop of virality that this trend gains, there's more news publications on it, which it pressures TikTok into censoring this because it's like terrorism. It's not like, oh, they just censored it because it wasn't viral. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, this wasn't censored before this, so why is it censored now? Because these videos were gaining traction. So, not what he's saying. What? I'm not gonna lie, I think this guy's a little dumb.
But that's not the storyline people want to hear, right? People want to hear TikTokers are now justifying the 9/11 attacks and praising Osama bin Laden. No, TikTokers are looking at Sam Sulek get huge for winter.
Okay. We see it. We see the TikTok on the screen. You are showing us the proof that you are denying exists. It is on the screen right now, dude. But yeah, he's like, dude, TikTokers are not doing this, okay? TikTokers are watching Sam Sulek get huge, which that's a YouTube thing, I feel like. Sam Sulek is, I see him on YouTube. And also, TikTokers are watching Sam Sulek get huge. TikTokers are the ones that make the videos, not the ones that watch it.
Me, when I got the news in 2011 that we got him, right? Ooh. Okay, wow. Me in 2023, knowing he was right.
Okay, so now Ludwig, surely he'll go on to say Osama bin Laden wasn't right. Surely he'll go on to say this TikToker is a mentally ill person who should be banned, right? For literally encouraging terrorism.
Oh, wow. That, man, TikTokers must be doing this.
You just saw it happen! What? TikTokers must be doing this. But dude, you literally just saw one do it. Why say that sarcastically? This guy must have taken like 5 blinkers before this video.
I looked up their TikTok. This shit has like 10,000 views. It's got such few views.
Look at the comments, dude. Guys, 2 things can be true at once. Yes, Osama had problematic opinions, but he has an important perspective. Are you kidding me? No, I'm yelling, bro. I'm sorry, but like, he's like, dude, it barely got any traction. No one's watching it. You literally, below your face, have like 3 comments, paragraphs, saying how like, dude, he may have been a little problematic with the whole like, terrorism, but dude, everyone's opinions are valid. It's like beyond parody. Now I need to calm down. Okay, fair enough, but dude, it's staring you in the face. And it matters too, because these are also people on TikTok. These are TikTokers, right? Not everyone has the balls to post a video like this because, you know, obviously they'll get like fired from their job or something. But look at the comments. Lots of support.
And not to say it's not happening, but it's just not happening at the rate that people are thinking it's happening if you were to just go on twitter.com. But I read the article. This is from CNN's article. Many of the videos were shared with the hashtag Letter to America. By Thursday, views of those videos had exceeded 14 million. That is a big number. But a lot of the videos were users stitching the originals and expressing frustration and disgust. And then they cited some of the biggest videos available. In one video, no longer available on the platform, that had been viewed more than 1.6 million times, a New York-based lifestyle influencer encouraged others to read the letter. Now, 1.6 million is a lot of views. Okay, that was a very provocative thing that this TikToker did.
True. This person with no following got 1.6 million views. That's very impressive. Some would say that's overnight virality.
And it got 1.6 million.
Yeah.
Is that viral?
I think so. When you have no platform and you instantly blow up, yeah, that's definitely something.
I don't know. This got about 1.6 million.
Oh, are you kidding me? You're famous. You're literally a famous YouTuber. Anything you post gets 1.6 million views. That is a terrible argument. Literally the word. That's so bad. Is this the point? Like, this is what you're contrasting? That video had 1.6 million views from, you know, someone who has never experienced like an ounce of clout or fame, and now they are getting mass media attention. But look at me. I mean, you have 5 million subscribers.
Nobody's made an article about that. Where are we at, CNN? Viral American YouTuber lambasts the British people. Why don't we have the articles? Where are they? I'm getting millions of views.
Because it's a joke. You're not being serious, dude. Everyone makes fun of British people. It's the safest form of, quote, edgy humor. Replace I hate British people with I hate gay people. Then there's your articles, bro. There you go. You want your articles to be written on you? Replace British with any actual, like, oppressed group or something.
Imperialize the rest of the world in exchange for Americans having better lives. Americans are not having better lives nowadays.
Really? As you say with the popcorn machine in your background. Your life as an American really isn't good, Ludwig? Seriously? In that, what, few $1 million house you're in? Yeah, it must suck to be you. It must suck to be you in America, dude.
There's a few things that people talk about. Here's the big talking points.
This is pretty bad. It's very hard to get a crib right now. But at the end of the day, like, we're dealing with first world problems. Like, yes, these are issues, but I mean, you have to have somewhat of a global perspective on these issues, right? It's like, yeah, they might be bad domestically, but overseas, I mean, dude, there are plenty of countries, and I'd say most countries are dealing with things much worse than what we're dealing with, you know?
Healthcare. It averages out to 13,000.
Oh, healthcare. Right. Right. Yeah. No, of course. Right. Because when I read Osama bin Laden's letter to America, I realized he was right, because life is bad as being, you know, a U.S. citizen because of healthcare. Right? I mean, that's the first thing that came to my mind.
Gun deaths. That's at an all-time high.
Dude, I had no idea people die from guns, dude. I had not a clue that we had issue with guns in this country. Wow, Mogul Mail really just let me know a fact of something I had no idea about. I've not heard about gun violence for the past 10 years of my life. I don't know that it's an issue. I'm so glad Mogul Mail threw up a little PNG for me to stare at. Oh, thanks, Ludwig. Thank you, Ludwig. Okay, Ludwig, that's done.
Okay, it's not good when you're in a country where you feel bad bringing your kid to school or going to a church because you might die. And then we don't have any damn trains.
What?
Where are the trains? Give me the high-speed rail network, please. Please, I want it so bad.
So this is a video where he's discussing the fact that TikTokers are sympathizing with Osama bin Laden. And he says the United States has a problem with trains. This guy can't be real, man.
But the Empire's not doing so good here. We're not so happy at home. I feel like, you know, things should be a little bit better at home.
Yeah. And, dude, I'm so glad you said that, because things should be better. And that's why I'm siding with Osama.
And I think that's the core of what we are seeing here. And sure, it is popping up with some fucking crazy people.
There we go. We got the one condemnation, maybe the second one in the whole video.
All right. Have a good one. See you later. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye, dude. Oh my god. Go lay down, bro. It'll cushion the fall from the weed you're smoking. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. He's really high, I feel like. So, in a video where Osama bin Laden's sympathizers are getting traction, he complains about the fucking trains. Unbelievable. What a bad video.